Fight fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. I'm Carlo Prusa, and today I am with boxer Mr. Louie Lopez Jr. He is going to be on the card next Saturday, Los Angeles, Anaheim, California, on the big Diaz, Jorge Masvidal card. Louie, we're only about 8 days out from the contest. It's getting close. It's getting exciting. The time's almost here. You're taking on Alan Sanchez. When you were first approached with the idea of being on this card, did you get excited?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we known about this since late April or no, early April. So yeah, I've been really excited. I've been working hard since then, and just then I found out that it's going to be at the Honda Center. That even motivated me more to work harder. So ready to go put on a performance against a top level guy too.
So you just mentioned it. You're taking on Alan Sanchez, guy with a lot of experience, guy that's a very high level guy. A guy, his teammates are on the card as well. Obviously, Nate Diaz, the rest of them. What do you think of him as an opponent?
He's a good opponent. He's been around for a while. This is definitely a bigger step up in competition for myself. I haven't been taking him lightly. I've been getting a lot of sparring in with guys his size, I feel like, and I've been at it for like 2.5 months now. So we've been ready. We've been locked in. So I'm ready to just go showcase what I've been training for this whole training camp.
With you now being about like exactly a week out from this contest, or have you reached the mental space that you're just ready to go out and do the thing at this point?
Yeah, for like the last week and a half, it's already been. I've been just kind of my workouts just been pretty grueling, and I just been over them. So I'm ready to just go and showcase my skills and let my body heal now, and just get ready to get in there and go have a war.
You've been competing at the professional level for quite some time now. How did you find your path into boxing?
I found my path. We My whole family is just boxing casuals, and we've always watched boxing growing up when I was a kid. And my dad threw me in when I was young, and I just kept with it. Once I turned a teenager, I kind of stuck with it, and just it stayed with me. And then I turned pro when I was 21, and then just never looked back, and just kept stacking them up, kept stacking up the fights. So here I am.
And now, what's the ultimate goal for you? I mean, obviously, you have quite a few fights under your belt. You're very successful. What is your ultimate goal in this career?
My ultimate goal, man, is just to gain as much exposure and try to make as much money as I can to feed my family, and try to purchase a house out here in California. It's pretty tough, but so I mean that's my reason to fight, and all my family, they're big supporters, so they're a big reason why I continue to do this, and I grind hard during these times.
The whole philosophy, the whole world of combat sports is something that it's so culturally accepted in this day and age. It's watched by so many people. I think so many people really understand the sacrifices of what it's like to be a professional mixed martial artist or a professional boxer. I mean, a lot of guys, they have other jobs, they have kids, they have a family, like you said, you have to do the long hours of training. What motivates you to get through all the sacrifices?
Just at the end of the day, you can never give up. I really, I've stuck with this pro career, so I just can't give up. It's not in me to give up. So I've taken a couple losses, but I never gave up. I continue to climb back and work towards those losses, and I have. And same thing now. I just everybody got to get up every day and get some type of work in. This is how I do mine.
Since your last loss, obviously 2-fight win streak, you've been on a roll here. That rebound fight for you, the one against Benjamin Lamptey, you were able to finish him in the first round. Do you want to walk me through that finish a little bit? What were you seeing?
Yeah, it was a good fight. The guy took the fight last minute. We were struggling through opponents throughout that week. I just took it to him. I was in incredible shape that fight, and I just unleashed a good body attack on him, and he couldn't take it. So that was the end of that fight.
You feel like when you get a big finish like that, does that momentum, does that energy, does that translate to the fights after that? Do you still carry that with you?
Oh, for sure. You have to. You got to take that into the next fight. You got to take that same energy. You got to take what you learned and what you learned from your last previous fight, and try to work on the stuff that you didn't do as good, and go and have a better performance your next fight out, because you're only as good as your last performance.
With a win over Allen, where do you think that puts you in the mix? Do you think that sets you up for maybe some very high level competition?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I know he's ranked up there a little. He's been around for a while. Alan Sanchez has. A win over him will definitely it'll my two losses. He's beaten both the guys that I lost to, so that could avenge those type of losses right there for myself and put me in line for a big money fight somewhere. Who knows where, who win, what, but just keep my options open and take it one fight at a time. And once I collect this win, try to go collect another neck.
In a sense, do you view this kind of as a redemption fight to revenge those two losses?
Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Do you view this as a redemption fight to revenge those two losses?
I feel like this could be for myself.
No, obviously we talked about a little earlier, but I mean, this card is absolutely massive. I mean, you have the whole Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal, obviously a lot of bad blood there. Huge brawl at the last press conference. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this card, and we're seeing it more and more in boxing. You're seeing these influencers come. You're seeing these MMA stars come. What are your thoughts on it? At the end of the day, is it good for boxing?
I guess it is. It's showing us exposure. I feel like right now boxing is kind of on a decline, and we need people, we need big sponsors, we need big companies that are going to come in and pay us this money that we want to get paid. Unless you're not at that high level, world class level, then you're not going to be getting paid. But I think the exposure that it's starting to give us, it's it's something to something new for us boxing casuals. But I mean, I can't say it's hurting the sport.
Besides those two obviously headlining this thing, I mean, the card is absolutely stacked. I mean, you have Danny Jacobs on there. He's fine. Shane Mosley. You have Fernando Vargas' son, Ryan Garcia's brother. I mean, the amount of firepower that's going to be there is going to be absolutely insane. Does that kind of give you some inspiration? Does that excite you knowing that, just within boxing, some of the most prominent guys in the sport are going to be there watching you fight?
Oh, for sure. For sure, and everybody's gonna be in a treat too. I think I might be the last one on the prelims, but me and Alan Sanchez, I'm telling you, if you've seen him fight and seen me fight, we're both gonna be coming forward, and it's gonna be a bloody war for sure. It's gonna be neck and neck, and it's gonna be a tough fight for me. But like I said, I'm ready. I've been training for like 2.5 months, 3 months. I'm all go, so I'm down. I'm ready to throw down next week.
Both you and Alan, both Hispanic fighters. Does it excite you? A lot of times when we see two Hispanic guys go at it, whether it be MMA or boxing, I mean, we see absolute fireworks. Does it kind of excite you to be able to go out there if someone who's also the same culture as you?
Oh, for sure, yeah, because I already know. He's gonna be a tough opponent. He ain't gonna be easy to get out of there. He's definitely he's gonna work. He's gonna give me all he got, and same thing here. I'm gonna So I'm ready to have a Mexican bloodbath, to be honest, because I know he's gonna come with it. So we're ready.
In your mind, are you kind of preparing for something that could be very high volume of strikes and might go the whole duration?
Oh yes, for sure. From round 1 up into 8, it's gonna be a high pace, high action. I'm not. I'm only 5'9", so I got to get in the inside and I got to rough him up. So I can't take setbacks in this fight. I gotta just go straight forward and put pressure, and what that's going to mean is going to be a lot of punches being thrown. So that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, I mentioned a little earlier about the whole bad blood going to it. Obviously, last time all the fighters were on the stage, huge brawl broke out. I'm not sure. Were you able to watch any of that? Did you get?
I did see some video on it.
Or does that in kind of a way? I mean, obviously, you don't want that to happen, but do you think there's positives in it? Do you think this card now might be just that much bigger and have that much more attention because of stuff like that?
I think they hyped it up for that. I feel like they hyped it up for that. I mean, I don't think it should have went to that extreme where they're actual fist flying, but it is what it is. Shit happens. You know what I mean? When you got both fighters that are macho, and they're not gonna turn down from nobody. Shit's gonna happen. So it is what it is. I mean, God forbid, hopefully nothing like that happens. But well, you never know. You just never know. You got to be ready for everything, I guess, in this sport.
You get to fight this one in your home state of California. Are you expecting a big crowd? A lot of Louie Lopez supporters there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have a big family following in Anaheim, Orange County area, Santa Ana. So they're definitely gonna be coming out. I probably sold about 150, 200 tickets. So I'm going to have a big crowd for sure.
And now, would you say, looking at this one, are you looking at this as one of the biggest fights in your career?
Oh, for sure. Most definitely.
And now, does that do you have to kind of like be careful with that when you're having something where you're going with so much, obviously, so much good that can happen from a win? Do you have to kind of allow yourself to prevent that from a distraction, just keep it like it's a normal fight?
Yeah, just got to treat it just like it's another fight that you just had, You can't think no more of it. You can't think no more less of it. But obviously, it's a bigger up in competition on a bigger card, so it should motivate you to work harder, but you just got to take it day by day and treat it just like another fight. Because if you treat it like it's something bigger than what it is, then you're just gonna over psych yourself out and mentally gonna put yourself somewhere else. So I just stay level headed and just stay on my P's and Q's and just do what I do every day and just treat it like that.
Do you find that the sport of boxing is much more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, it could be. There's for sure. For a lot of some guys, they like to use that as an excuse, but you just got to mentally be strong and just stick to your regular routine that you do every day. For your training camp, it's only a 2-month training camp. You'll be able to get through it. But you just definitely got to just stay mentally strong throughout the whole process.
And overall, how was your camp for this fight? Does it vary at all? Does it switch up depending on the opponent, or are you pretty traditional in how you do your camps?
The only thing that switches up is my sparring partners. I try to imitate the style that I'm going to be fighting. So what we did was we went out and went to go find sparring partners that were taller than me. Everybody that I've been sparring this camp was over 6'1", 6'2". So just get me ready to be able to chase down that taller fighter.
Now, before a contest like this, do you envision the victory? Do you kind of try to put in your head the feelings of what might hold, or do you try to just not think of that stuff at all?
For sure. I see my hand getting raised, and you dream about stuff like that. That's all you can. I mean, you're in this sport. You're working hard. You gotta bet on yourself at every time. So, for sure.
And what do you think overall? What does this mean for you?
It's a big fight. It's a really big fight. A victory here would just skyrocket other fighting options for myself. So, like I said, I just take it one day by day, and once my time comes, my time will come.
All right, Louie, last question for you, man. We're a week away in a perfect world. What happens on July 6th when you take on Alan Sanchez?
I just see my hand getting raised. I don't know how. I don't know what round, or I'm not going to call that, but I just see my hand getting raised.
All right, well, Louie, I wish you nothing but the best. Looking forward to seeing you in California.
All right, man. Thank you.